Hey, before we begin, let's thank our sponsors like Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. But that's not all they do. Inspect All can take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. InspectAllServices.com. The Mad Dog, Manny Aurora at the Aurora Law Firm, litigating all over the United States, based out of Georgia, criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, and more. TheAuroraLawFirm.com. Ridgeline Counseling, you need help? I suggest you get help from the best in the business. That would be one Dr. David Markwell and his 10 therapists. 3 locations in Georgia, Sprayberry High School and Sandy Plains, right across from there. That's in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square, and McKaysville outside of Blue Ridge, but can also do virtual sessions no matter where you listen to the BS. Dr. David Markwell can help you. MarkwellTherapy.com or email him directly, ridgelinecounseling@gmail.com. FBC Insurance, perfect for new homeowners or people just looking to reshop their current insurance policies, which is always a good idea. 5-star service, shop over 35 A-rated companies. They'll help you shop carriers and find insurance, whether it's for your home, flood, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or just a personal policy. 888-308-1841, or you can email them info@fbcinsuranceservices.com, or just get a quote online, fbcinsuranceservices.com. Multi-policy bundle discounts. Rachel Guy, that's my guy, your guy. My wife, looking to buy or sell a house in Florida or Georgia? She can help. 404-797-4600, or you can email her. I am rachelguy@gmail.com. Keep it clean. Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia, family-owned and operated, which we love, a Generac generator dealer offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators. And each and every one of you, when you become a customer at Alternate Power Solution, gets an upgraded warranty, free monitoring with a service contract. Call or request a free in-home assessment there on their website, poweringgeorgia.com. A+ rating with the BBB, 770-853-7571. And remember, $500 off your entire installation by using the discount code Bailey, my last name. JHM Land Solutions, family-owned and operated, grading, land clearing, mulching, and a tree company. There is no project too big or too small for JHM Land Solutions, servicing Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee. It is solutions for your outdoor space. All that stuff out there that you don't want to clean up, that's where JHM Land Solutions comes into play, and they are great. 770-274-9120. Jayco Contracting, we're talking about one Cliff Bratcher, gutter and roofing specialist, and a guy not only that's great and cool, but you can trust. Works 7 days a week and always for you. 770-316-3876. Licensed and insured gutter and roofing specialist, covering all of Georgia. Platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, the creator of the Pink Panther. Plus free gutter guards with the purchase of a roof. Satisfaction guaranteed, commercial and residential. JaycoContracting.com. Again, 770-316-3876 for Cliff. And then a live ozone therapy spa. Central Florida's first and only ozone therapy spa. That's mine and Rach's new spa, providing ozone therapy administered through the Hockett sauna, the most non-invasive way to receive ozone therapy. Red light therapy, presso therapy, halo therapy, chromiotherapy, PEMF grounding mat, and more. Plus ozone-infused products online at AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. Right now, Black Friday sales going on, deals, specials. Take advantage of them by using the code HOLIDAY30. Always BS10 for 10% off, but the Black Friday ones are even better. Obviously, that's 30% off. And if you're in town, please stop by. We want to help heal your body, whether it's for maintenance or a specific issue. This is cutting-edge technology in the healthcare world. I've seen it work with my own 2 eyes. AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. Remember, if you want to sponsor the podcast and or radio show that airs Saturday mornings in Orlando on WJRR or Jacksonville on Planet Radio, we would love to have you. Currently looking for more sponsors. Reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. Tickets for Podcast and Pours 4 with Saliva, Distinct Grace, and now Riley Risa up there on thebaileyshow.com, as well as your submissions for Livin Rent Free so I can pay a month of rent for you for the month of December, thanks to Inspect All Pest Services. So lots going on. thebaileyshow.com. Please support all of our sponsors. They mean a lot to us. We appreciate them, and I hope you do too. All right, let's begin.
What do we want to talk about?
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Welcome to the Bailey Show podcast, a guy show women love to listen to.
Intellectually immature nonsense.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
Okay, then, let's do it.
Yeah, there it is, episode 285 of the BS. Thanks for being here. My name's Jason Bailey. Right there, that's Chuck Iron Fist Lunsford. Hello, Chuck.
What's up, man? I thought you were going to call me Shaq Iron Fist, and I was like, that's cool. Never thought of being called Shaq Iron Fist.
Shaq Iron Fist?
Yeah, I mean, I could go. I mean, I'm pretty big. I'm 5'9".
Yeah, no, not calling you Shaq Iron Fist. There's the B-Man, Brandon Thrasher. Hello, B-Man.
What up, man? It's like day 2 of Woodshed Ted living in a room now, and he's still not come out, man. He crushed his fingers at work, so he's on work leave, and he's just been hanging out in his room. He loves it.
Probably likes the 4 walls and the roof and the air conditioning and lights and electricity. And
he said he's never had his own room before, and I was kind of shocked.
Oh, he's like Big Mike from The Blind Side. Makes you want to cry.
Yeah, kind of like that.
That's very sad. You're doing good. You're doing 2025 is going to be your year since you gave Woodshed Ted a room. I'm telling you. It's like
they're coming to get the shed repoed hopefully this week. Get that out of here.
We will have another semifinalist for our Livin Rent Free here shortly. They will join us. We'll go through their submission for the month's free rent, and you'll get to hear their story. We will ask questions and dig a little deeper, as we did on Tuesday's episode with Adam McGregor. If you missed it, probably because you're not a subscriber, since this is a freebie episode. So make sure you're subscribing at thebaileyshow.com. Also on there, tickets for Podcast and Pours 4. It's this Saturday. Elixir, downtown Orlando. Saliva, performing a special, very rare acoustic set. Also Distinct Grace, Riley Risa, Paramore Santa, tickets for Welcome to Rockville, Metallica, merch, a live recording of the BS, Brandon doing his song. Get your tickets. The release of this episode on Wednesday is the last day that you can book a room with the Hilton. So if you're looking for a discounted rate downtown Orlando, you can actually stay Friday and Saturday night, thebaileyshow.com. Make sure you're doing that. It was very sad news. This past week, the news was released that the owners, Dirk and Doug of Church Street Station, which was the main hub, one of the main hubs for many decades of partying and bars in downtown Orlando, they are finally shutting their doors of all of their bars. What?
Damn, man. The weekend before we come down here, they're like, oh, dude, that motherfucker Brandon's coming down. Like, we might as well go ahead and close now. Let's go get it wild.
Well, you can just stay at Elixir and party there the rest of the night. But so back in the day, you know, and when I say back in the day, I mean, even when I was going to UCF, I remember actually even before that, when I was 16, I was partying in downtown Orlando coming up from Sarasota because we had friends that we went to high school with that were at UCF. And in those days, the landscape of downtown was totally different. They used to have a Jungle Gyms and a Hooters, and it was a good time. And then
Jungle
Gyms. Yeah. I don't know if they still have one out by Disney or not.
I just imagine you being drunk, like swinging from a jungle gym, the monkey bars and everything.
Playground, adult playground.
It was bar restaurant type of place, just a place to go. But, when I went to UCF, 95, graduating in 97, occasionally we would come downtown Orlando, not much because it was a little bit of a hike and you didn't want to drink and drive. So we used to stay close to campus. But when I got into radio, we'd have a lot of events, and that's, I actually at a Church Street, here's a cool little, for the Orlando people that are familiar with Church Street, here's a little radio history for you. I actually started my career technically at a Church Street bar when there was just once Chillers. So eventually it was Chillers. Then they added a bar on top, Big Belly, which was the first brewery. Like, they were doing the brewery thing before breweries were a thing. And then they added the rooftop bar, which was so many memories made of Latitudes. I actually, the other day, posted a bunch of pictures from a Latitudes gig that we did. But I was doing promotions at XL 106.7 as an intern. And what we would have to do is climb through the roof to get a Marty signal. And in those days, you would do your call-ins live. Can you imagine that? A radio DJ actually live on the radio in 60 seconds telling people where he or she is at. Crazy to think that. So it was, a Marty is essentially an antenna. And you would climb through the roof and you'd get up to the roof and you'd put the antenna up and you'd have the cables come down and you hook it up to the microphone and you'd take it to the talent. And then you would be listening to the radio station because you weren't in delay, and you would cue them and 5, 4, go. You know, I mean, that's how we did it back in the day. It was cool. But Johnny Magic was doing a gig at Chillers, and I'm watching him up on stage with a microphone. Put your hands in the air. All the ladies scream, you know, all that stuff. And we were at a table and I was drinking. I was working and I was drinking, wearing my little name tag, said Jason. And I'm going, this is what I want to do, because I found out how much he got paid to be there. And in those days, it was $100 an hour. And I'm in college. I'm going, you got paid $200 to go to a bar, talk in a microphone, have chicks want you, and you got free drinks. The free drinks was like the topper. I'm like, this is what I want to do. So I remember saying, excuse me, Mr. Magic, I'd like to do what you do. Can you teach me?
That's why I do all our events. The free drinks, man. Love them. Keep them coming.
And he says to me, he goes, Jay, he always called me Jay. He goes, Jay, I tell you what, I like you. Think about it and then let me know. So I got back to the radio station that night, and I was the promo guy. So I'm driving this truck, you know, and it was carrying what we called Blue Thunder, which was a trailer that was a makeshift boom box. And I take it back to the radio station and I park it, and it's, you know, like 3 a.m. And I get out and I write him a handwritten letter. Supposedly he still has it. I don't think he does. And I write him a handwritten letter and I put it in his mailbox. The next day he calls me at 7 a.m. I'm sleeping, obviously. And he says, hey, I got your letter. Come in tomorrow, you know, 7 a.m. I'm like, 7 a.m. He's like, dude, I'm here at 3:30. That was when I learned out about morning radio. And that was how I got into the radio business. That was the first, I was an intern prior, which is a whole nother story. But as far as programming, that's how it all started. And then 30 years later, here I am doing a podcast, you know? So, I mean, that's how much these bars kind of mean to me. You know, there are so many memories that were made, good and bad. You know, I mean, there's an infamous picture of Casey Anthony on a stripper pole. You guys probably know which one I'm talking about. That was the stripper pole at Big Belly, right there in the corner, you know, that we all swung on. That's where that was taken.
So does it make you sad when you see things like this that are obviously a very distinctive part of your past, and they're like, man, you're like memories, and you see these places closing down and they become something new? Does that make you sad, or are you just like, things change?
It makes me extremely sad.
Really? That's not healthy, man.
It eats me up so much. I struggle with that stuff immensely. And I'll tell you, the other week I was having a meeting downtown Orlando at Elixir for Podcast and Pours 4, which is a couple streets over. And I've only been downtown Orlando, not to party or anything, just for meetings, actually all at Elixir, since I've been back in Central Florida. And I was like, you know what? I had a lot to do that day, but I was like, something told me just like, go take a walk. So I'm walking around. A lot has changed. And I'm like, that's fine. That's time. It's evolution. I get it. You know, you still got the crazy people. There's a guy, you know, talking to himself going, I'm like, that hasn't changed. And so I'm walking down Church Street, you know, and I put this in my post. I don't know. I might've just put it on my personal page, but like I could see my crew, and in my head, I'm reliving. All right, guys, you know, we're starting off at Chillers. We're going to Big Belly just for a little bit. Then we head up to Latitudes, and that's where the party's at. We're in the DJ booth. You know, we're up there on top. They had a little top to the top. And then we end the night we'd always go the back way because we were cool, and we had access. We were VIP. And we back way to Rock Room, which was on the back side of those things. That was actually owned by a buddy of mine, Chris Meyer. And that's when we'd finish the night as far as downtown. And then this was right after my first divorce. And we'd head back to my house, which we called the Koi Ponderosa, and we'd party there until 5, 6 in the morning. Those are some good times, sad times kind of in a way, but there were good times, a lot of good times there. Yeah. I struggle with that a lot.
Does it make you sad because it makes you feel old? Like you realize you're old now and all the things that you had fun in places when you were young are dead?
That's a good question. I will. Yes, that, and I struggle with that too, getting older. Definitely, without a doubt. But two, these places are closing down because, the clientele has changed, whatever they're doing, wherever they're going, it's not the same. We never, I was a downtown rat, man. I would go downtown by myself just because I know I'd meet up with people I knew. I didn't have to make plans with anybody. I just knew where people would be at any given time. So it was like, hey, let's meet up at, like, even pre-cell phone, just head downtown to see what was going on. Even if I wasn't working, which I worked downtown a lot. So we never worried about getting shot, getting knifed. There are bar fights. I got in plenty of them too, but it was get a fight, couple punches. That was it. And bouncer would throw you out. It was that simple. Now it's a whole different world. You don't do that because people carrying and crazy people and all kinds of shit. So that makes me sad, is that aspect of it. Also from the radio side of things, radio doesn't do promotions like this anymore. They don't do bar gigs, and I don't know, did you guys see any of the pictures that I posted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see how many people were there?
It's a good crowd.
We're talking hundreds of people there for me. For a radio promotion. That was my night, so we would go out there, and that's what my world was. It was like, Bucket's going to be out Thursday night. Bucket's going to be out 3 for 1s. Bucket's going to be out nickel beer. Bucket's going to be out Tuesday night at Mako's, not a Church Street bar, but that was a thing, and that's how me and my generation of radio people got our name notoriety. You'd always say, like, how do you know what he looks like? He's on the radio, because we were out so much. Steve in Atlanta, he was brilliant at marketing himself. He was never the main guy, nor should he be, or ever will be, but he was brilliant at marketing. He found his niche. He's good with people. He's good on a microphone. He's good controlling a crowd, and so, and I was the same way. That's where you find your niche. And so that makes me sad that doesn't exist anymore in the industry.
So I was, I went up to Megan's family's house a few months back in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and there's one of those old movie theaters. Do you guys remember those movie theaters they used to have in every small town? It was like one screen,
like the Majestic.
Yeah, right. Like a matinee movie theater, whatever. It was
that's the bar that I'm kicked out of now.
So sorry. So
they turned it from a movie theater to a bar.
So that's okay. Okay, good example. So when we went by it, it was all boarded up, and Megan was all upset. Because she used to go to this movie theater all the time. So she said, "Why don't you look into buying it, and we can get it
into a theater?"
Yeah, right. And I'm like,
theater.
And I'm like, well, it's all boarded up. It looks like crap. It's probably cheap. I'm thinking like Sing came out, a cartoon. I'm like, I can do that. So I'm looking into it. They're selling the same for like $200,000, and it's a massive massive movie theater. And I was like, what if we turned it into a bar? Because it's got like the seating, it's got like upstairs seating too, like a balcony. I'm like, this thing's legit. Well, then I started looking at all the code and all that crap. Like, I'm not getting involved in this, especially in Pennsylvania. But you, Jason, are in Orlando. You know what it used to be like. Why don't you buy one of those and open it back up and call it like Bucketheads or something?
Yeah, then I could live in there and like be the live-in manager.
Why do you always got to live in his businesses? It's the weirdest thing.
Let me concentrate on a live ozone therapy spa, and I would never get into the bar business. Never, ever get into the bar or restaurant business.
You wouldn't have to get into it. You just got to buy it and supply the place, and then I'll manage it. Be all right.
Oh my God!
And I would give you a check. I would never use my money trusting Brandon's going to manage my investment. I can tell you that right now.
But if I live there, I'm there. You know, how can I not manage if I live there?
Why would you live there?
Just 2 for 1 right there, baby. You got a place to live, and I can keep an eye over everything.
We'll call it Brandon. We'll call it Brandon's house. That's
why don't you move to Orlando then and move into a live ozone therapy room number 6?
Yeah, no. Why don't you ask me first?
It's free labor, man.
So when, after this meeting at Elixir, I'm walking downtown and like, I could see it. It was like scary. Those like scenes in movies where they has these like flashbacks. It was so real. And it was just, it was creepy. And I'm reliving these certain nights in my head quickly as I'm walking down Church Street. And I get up to where Chillers is at, and there's a lot of boarded up places. And I'm thinking, are they boarding them up for security, or like, this has changed. This is different. This isn't what so I don't know if that was the reason or not, because there's other places boarded up as well. And then I got a text that night from somebody with the article. I hadn't seen it. And it's sad. For years, downtown Orlando has been wanting to get away from the bars and stuff. I don't know what they want to do. I mean, they did that when they closed the Jungle Gyms and the Hooters upstairs, and they put a big, condo place down there and try to make it a little upscale and stuff like that. And, and I understand they're trying to change the landscape of downtown Orlando and stuff, but it was just such a good time. I know that some years ago, when I was back in town for a fantasy football draft, I was downtown at a place that another buddy of mine owned for the draft, and I got separated from my friend, and I was walking on Orange Avenue, which is the main street, and I get in front of a place that was once called Taboo. I forget what they call it now, and spent a lot of nights there. And one of the owners, as he always was, all in black, outside, greeting people, tell them to come in. And it was like nothing had changed. And I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, George." And he said, "Hey, Buckethead." I mean, it'd been years since I'd been gone. He's like, "How you doing? What's up? What have you been up to?" I was like, but I remember standing in the middle of Orange Avenue and looking around and looking at the kids down there and how they were dressed. Obviously, totally like in the 90s, the girls dressed like sluts. Even in the early 2000s, it was great. I mean, they're like total slut. I mean, they were as slutty as you could be. And this was still some years back from today. They're dressed very earthy, like they were in Little House of the Prairie. I was like, oh, that must be the trend. That's cool. It is what it is. You're having a good time. But I looked around and I was like, I don't belong. I'm that guy. When I was their age, I looked around like, why is that guy down here? Like one of those things. Back to you, Brandon, saying, does it make you feel old? That sucks, that feeling. Like right now at 25, you'll eventually have to find a new place to go, because you'll outgrow whatever it is you're at, and you'll have to move to a different bar, because there's just a certain age group where you're going to be too old. In the next 5 years, you're going to figure that out. You're going to look around and go, you don't see it now, but I'm telling you, there's bars for certain ages. And the bar that you're at now, you probably have about 5 year shelf life until you have to move on to an Applebee's.
Yeah. Well, so hopefully by then I'll be like super rich and famous. And then, you get the 22-year-olds to come walking up, freshly 21, maybe even 20-year-olds that are using fake IDs. I'll take it.
That's what you're banking on. You're banking on you'll be able to go to any bar at any time, no matter what age you are, because you're going to be rich and famous.
Well, it's
inevitable.
It's in Noonan, Georgia. So yeah, I do agree with Brandon on this one. He will be famous, air quotes, in Noonan. And the girls, oh my God, are you on the BS? Oh my God, I heard about you. You're a famous podcaster. And you're going to be like, sure am, lady. And you're like 47. All the ladies you took up with are dead because they're all grandmothers.
That's fine, man. Keep getting the 20-somethings.
He's going to say, just Google me. This is what you're going to see. Boom.
Oh, how did you do that?
That's technology, Chat GPT.
Oh my God. I didn't know that was a thing. What was that bottom picture selling it as art?
Yeah, that's his mugshot right there.
Oh, that was a video we were doing. That's August. That's not even me. I don't know why they put that up there.
Oh,
over to the left.
Oh my God. Look at you, dude. That's really funny, actually. A Moreland resident, Brandon Thrasher, gained online notoriety after promising to dig a hoe.
Oh,
That was an unfortunate spot to stop.
It looks like a redneck Saved by the Bell meets the Fonz.
He does like Saved by the Bell. He's got the neon like strap on his hat. That's funny, dude. Can you change your online?
I gotta change my Twitter profile because that's where they pulled those pictures from. So I Google does it, so I don't have any. I gotta change. I guess Twitter. I don't know if it automatically updates or if Google does it.
So
I need to get on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
I don't use it a lot. I need to get back on it.
So I don't know if you guys grew up, in your 20s and 30s with a place that you would go to all the time.
Yeah.
And then when it closes, it's just kind of sad. There's another bar here in town that I went by. This must have been, I don't know when I went by it. It's been over the past couple of years. For some reason I went by it, but it's in Castleberry, which is Seminole County, not downtown Orlando. It's called CJ's. And we used to do a Thursday night. I invented FMW, which is female mud wrestling. And it was awesome. I mean, this bar was packed every Thursday night. Women and pudding, wrestling. I would do all these different goofy games, which would not fly in today's world or society. And the building still stands, but it's closed and the weeds are all grown up. Like inside the tables are still there. That shit freaks me out, man. It haunts. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel I wish those things would just always exist, but they don't, and they won't.
Yeah, we had a bar that shut down, one of the four. So now we got three. But yeah, they got in trouble for embezzling money and selling cocaine. But it was a great bar, man. Now it's done a Mama Goldberg's sandwiches.
But so like you go into whatever Goldberg sandwiches, right? And you used to go there when it was a bar, and you have at least one good memory. And you walk in, and whether you say it out loud or not, most likely you do because it's human nature to do it. You're like, oh, this is where this used to be. This is where they used to have this is where we used to beer pong. This is where they used to have the punch. You would tell people about what it used to be, right?
Oh, if I went there, I haven't been to Mama Goldberg's. Say it's good, but I haven't been.
You understand what I'm saying is that.
Yeah. It'd be like, I remember when this used to be that, and that used to be this. I do it driving around now because they're doing a lot of construction in this area. We're trying to turn into, I guess, fucking Union City with all these car dealerships. But I mean, it just looks so different over the past 5 years, just driving around town and shit.
I don't agree with the bar aspect of it. I know when I was a kid, my dad was a pastor of a church, and it was in Clarkston, Michigan. And for 10 years, he pastored this church. So I grew up in this church. I'm talking sanctuary, running around up on the stage. I mean, I lived in this church because my dad was a pastor. About 10 years ago, they sold the church and they made it a bar.
Really?
So I went back to Clarkston. Me and Megan had been together for a couple of years. I was like, I got to see this because this is crazy. And like, it still looks like a church. It's actually called the Church Bar and Grill. And you go in and they have like, they used the pews as like seating areas for like big, long tables. And it's a legit bar, like a big, legit bar. And it made me feel incredibly sad. Like,
what kind of Michigan laws let you turn a church into a bar?
I don't know. That's what I thought. And that's where Kid Rock's from. So he probably had something to do with it. But it was so weird to just like walk in and you're like, man, I used to play over there. I'm like, hey, can I go look at the basement? I just want to see the basement because that's where Sunday school was. And you walk in and you're like, this is really sad. And that made me. That was probably the saddest. But it also goes for, and I know, and Jason, you've talked about this because you like to go to your old childhood homes and see them. Dude, that I can't even imagine. Like there's a song, I know, Miranda Lambert, The House That Built Me.
Right. Yeah.
And you listen to it and dude, you're like, you just weep when you get to a certain age. And Brandon, you'll get there and you start thinking about the house you grew up in, or, your parents sold it or they're no longer there. And you start seeing all these things. It's really sad. I haven't gotten the bar thing yet because I didn't live that life. I mean, I was in the military, so I was traveling all over the world, going to different bars my whole youth. But that's what bothers me is when you see those important parts of your life that have completely changed and out of something else, like they forgot you.
Well,
hopefully I keep my childhood home.
Well, I think also in my case with the Church Street bars closing down, it was such an intricate part of my career. And, at that stage of my career, that young, I had to fight in order to get gigs. And in those days, how they worked, at least with our radio station, is that the promotions director at the time, this lovely girl, Bobby King, she would come down to the office with these green pieces of paper. And when you saw them, that was money, and I'm 20 some years old. I need any money I can get. I'm making zero. Like I'm making nothing. Even when I got hired, I wasn't making much. My first contract was for $14,000 a year. Right. And so there was a passing of the torch, so to speak, after a certain while with Doc and Johnny, the two hosts of the show, where they just didn't want to go out anymore. And so they did it right. They did it how radio people should do it and pass it to the younger talent to have them still represent the brand, but get them out there to build themselves up for their future. Johnny did that for me. He got me my first full-time gig at another bar, Mako's, on Tuesday nights, and I was nervous. I mean, he taught me how to work a microphone. I learned everything from that guy, and he's a tremendous human being, but with Church Street, that was when I came into my own. But for a bar owner, like I'm probably different than a lot of other radio people. Like I take it very serious and very personal. When a bar owner, just like I take the sponsors for the show trust me with their brand. I take that seriously. You are trusting my brand to promote your brand. That is an honor. So when these owners, Doug and Dirk, paid money to the radio station to promote their bar, and they allowed me to come out and host the night, I took that very seriously. I never took it for granted, and now at 49, 50 in June, and seeing these bars closed, I owe those guys. I do. Like they paid me a lot of money over the years to come out there and host their events or whatever, big Halloween street parties or an event that I came up with. And it was all about bringing in numbers. And a lot of these things, we didn't have social media to bring in the numbers. It was about talking about it on the air. And if you talked about it too much, you got in trouble and all these other different things. There was a lot of hoops of fire to jump through, and obstacles to go around to have your night. It was just, it was a thing, man. I met a lot of girls there. It's funny because, and I mentioned this in my post, is that, I'm friends with a lot of girls I dated and exes and stuff like that. I don't talk to them that much or really ever, but I know when they saw those pictures, and I left a lot of I left a lot of pictures out, but they're like, oh, I remember that one night. And I remember that one night because all those stories had something to do with that bar. There's a good chance, I should say. A lot of those, there's not a girl that I dated before Rachel that I wasn't at that bar with them. One of those bars. I can tell you that for certain. You know what I mean?
The whole roster's coming out.
Well, I just know what that feeling is like when you see a picture from the past and who it's posted by. You don't comment on it. You might not even like it. You might not do a ha-ha or a care.
Think about it.
But you're thinking about it. Yeah. But you're not sharing that thought because your life is different and you're married and you're with kids and you don't want them to know about that life and what you did.
Does Rachel know who the roster members are that you're friends with on Facebook, or do you not share that with her?
She knows my serious exes. Yeah. She knows more about me than I know about her. I can tell you that right now. Which that drives me insane. But
I've always wondered if you're supposed to tell your spouse that. Like you're supposed to go through your Facebook friends and be like, just so you know, here's the list of friends that I have on Facebook. I don't know. I've never know.
You don't want to know that answer.
She's never.
You don't want to know that.
Never told her.
I've always told you guys, if you ever want to know if there was another dude in your woman's life, always check who likes the pictures. If you're in it and they don't like it, if you're not in it and they do like it, he was on the roster. Very simple. All you got to do. Check the pictures at the beach. If you go on a beach trip and you have 10 pictures and there's one of her and your kid or her and a friend or her by herself, and he likes that one and not the 9 others that you're in, he was on the roster.
I do that too. Well, actually, that's not true. They're on the roster. I do that too with like girls I used to know in high school and whatnot, or even in high school, like the pictures. And then, you know, if she's posting with a boyfriend though, like you don't like that. And it's funny though, because you can scroll through these girls' pictures and see how many likes are on like a bikini one. And it's like, you know, a couple hundred. And then you go to one with like a family or a boyfriend. It's like 27.
Yeah. There's one dude that even after all these years sticks around for some reason. And well, I'll never get a straight answer, but
I'll do it with girls. Like they'll be like my crush list, I guess. And whenever I see them, they get like pregnant or married, I just unfollow them. Just unfollow them. Just get out of here. It's like this is never gonna work. So I'll just get out of here. That's one less girl I got to worry about.
All right, let's bring in our next semifinalist, or our finalist, I should say, for Livin Rent Free. Again, this promotion, for those not familiar, started some time back when I found out that some people had some issues with me. I was living rent free in their heads for whatever reason. So I sat there and I was like, how am I going to handle this? I was like, you know what? Let's make this a positive. If I'm living rent free in these people's minds, my audience that supports me, these two peers should live rent free like in real life. Let me give them a free months of rent. And so I teamed up with Inspect All Pest Services, Nick and the crew over there, inspectallservices.com. Again, if you're in the metro Atlanta area, in and around, you're looking for the best pest control. And on top of that, home services like insulation, gutter cleaning, so on and so forth, inspectallservices.com. You're not going to find a better company or better people than Inspect All Pest Services. So people, lots of submissions, and we've narrowed them down thanks to Chuck and his wife and Nick from Inspect All Pest Services to these final three. We had Adam McGregor on Tuesday's episode, and now let's welcome to the show. It is Tara Ferguson. Hello, Tara.
What up?
Hey, guys.
All right. Let me read your submission, and then we're going to ask some questions, Tara.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I would like to win because I am in need of help. I have been so stressed, and I don't know where to turn that I have been looking at loans and credit cards to try to help. I get turned down for all or have a really high interest rate. One was 790%. For the past few months, I've done nothing but pay bills. Hold on, we'll get there. Pay bills and gas and groceries. I haven't eaten out in ages. Every time payday comes, I clear out the negative balance that I already have, usually $400 or so. Then I try to pay what is past due. Just one or two bills, then I blink and I'm in the hole again. I haven't ate out 4 bills in rent. I don't know what that means. I just want to call it up so I don't have overdraft fees and late fees anymore. Also, my daughter is turning 18 in December. Even though I haven't seen nor talked to her since June of 2020, due to her dad being a not so nice person and trying to hurt me, I'd like to get her something and send it down. She lives in Florida. I unfortunately don't have any family. My mom is bipolar and narcissistic, and that for my mental health, I can't talk to her. My grandmother is hard of hearing and starting to have memory issues. Very hard to talk to her. I do text her, though. I definitely am not going to ask her for help because she's on Social Security. I work as many hours as I can. Though the money you make, more taxes they take. Also, I have a $400 child support payment per month. Thankfully, in May, that will be done. I never have been opposed to paying it. It's just the system doesn't care about the ones who owes. If I were able to get a second job, that would go as income and be subject to even more taken out. So I'd need something that pays me cash, and there isn't many things available. I would do Uber Eats, but I need new tires in my car first. I was able to buy 2, but still need 2 more. That works. This single adult life kind of sucks sometimes. I hope you choose me, as it would really help me out in a lot of ways. I'd be able to cut down my hours to 40 instead of close to 50. I'd be able to make sure the car I drive is safe and be able to not stress for a little bit. That is Tara Ferguson's finalist submission for Livin Rent Free. Chuck, you want to start us out? Any questions for Tara?
Yeah, Tara. How you doing, Tara? Good to see
Hi,
you.
Chuck.
Hey, so I got a couple questions.
Yes.
Are you currently, or are you in the process of being in a relationship? Got a man? Got a boy toy?
Nope.
Anything like that? Just
Nope.
you? Nothing like that.
Nope.
All right. Have you? when it comes to your spending, like you were talking about, you want the money because you want the extra money freed up to send a gift to your daughter and things like that. And I'm asking this for Brandon. Brandon's the one who cares. He is psycho when it comes to where the money's being spent. So how much is your rent currently right now that you're paying?
$983.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
you've seen my small place.
Yeah.
And
When you watched my dog, so that was the other thing I'm going to say, because I don't really have so much as another question for you, but I did want to make the comment. When I went to Europe, Tara had volunteered. She was one of a couple people that volunteered to watch my dog. And when I went down to pick up my dog, and Tara said she did not want to take any money for it. And I thought that was pretty impressive to say, because you did keep him for 2 weeks.
Yes.
But I ended up paying her. I did pay her, Brandon.
Yeah,
Shut
you
up.
had her.
I paid her. But that's that's your thing right now is your rent's $983, but you're working 50 hours. What are you doing right now where you're working 50 hours a week?
I'm a pharmacy tech for a pharmacy that is closed door, which means we supply medication to assisted living facilities, hospice, skilled nursing facilities. And lately I've been working more close to 60. I've been about 50 to 55.
That sounds shady as shit. I gotta tell you.
We sell drugs to assisted living. Yeah, that's who we sell it to.
It's just not a retail. It's not like CVS, Publix.
It's a guy named Ray. He's got some drugs. He wears a trench coat. I just pick up a bag. It's in an alley, and I give it to people.
So this just because this will affect how I lean. Have you tried like putting your feet on OnlyFans or anything like that to earn extra money?
No.
I don't think it's a bad. I mean, I'm just asking.
So Tara, let me ask you this: as far as are you tapped out at the end of each month, like zero money, no money to save?
I'm tapped out every paycheck.
Every paycheck. I should have asked Adam this too. Do you have a savings account? Do you have emergency funds at all?
No.
And can I ask how old you are?
43.
Okay. So like if there are an emergency, like the tires, for example, okay, you need 2 tires, maybe a couple $100. You don't have any money for those tires. And if you don't have tires on your car, then you can't get to work, which then you would lose your job, correct?
Yeah. And right now when it rains, it's like driving on ice.
Right. Ooh. And you have
because they're so worn down.
And you have no one to go to borrow money, even, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Tell me about the 790% interest
rate. Yeah, that would be my first question.
Yeah. I tried a loan company that I had found, and I don't remember which one, but yeah, they wanted 790% interest that I would owe them almost $4,000 to take out $1,000 loan.
That's criminal.
Yes.
Yeah, I looked it up. It was like 20. The max in Georgia is 29%. So I don't know how that's legal. It probably wasn't a real thing. You know, that I think about it.
Yeah.
It was an online thing.
Yeah. Don't do that, please.
Yes. No. No. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. What other expenses do you have right now besides just your house? So you're at what, like $1,000 a month? Is that mortgage and utilities, or is that what is that?
It includes water. I pay electric. I pay internet, car insurance. My car's paid off, luckily, and rent, car insurance, electric, Xfinity. That's it.
So probably what, like 1,500 total expenses a month,
give or take, and I make about 2,000 a month.
Okay, so you have 500 left over, obviously for food. And, well, wait a minute. You have a $400 a month child support payment.
Yep.
Okay, so out of that $500 that's left over, you're paying. Why are you?
I'm very shocked. Georgia's a mother state. I'm very curious to see how that turned out.
She lives with him, and that was what was agreed upon in a mediation hearing, based on his income and my income.
Okay, so you're literally left with $100 at the end of the month.
Yeah.
For food, which you can't live off $100 a month. So what do?
You killing squirrels?
My checking account is always negative.
Negative. Okay. So you're getting late fees and all kinds of stuff on top.
Mhm.
So you're always, you're just making the hole deeper every month.
Yes.
Wow.
And I've gotten it down to about $150 for groceries every 2 weeks.
I'm thinking, you know, depending on how this plays out, Tara might need to move in with what was his name? Adam.
Adam.
He teach you how to kill squirrels and stuff. That man is crazy. He said he's killed like over 100 squirrels, so a couple rattlesnakes, some rabbits.
Well, think about this. Okay, so we haven't talked to our third finalist, right? We'll do that on Thursday's episode. But what if, at least just let's say Tara and Adam, they say, hey, look, you don't have to be romantic, but he was paying $1,500 $1,800 a month.
Wow.
Tara's only paying, let's say, call it $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
His biggest problem is, well, not only does he need a job, he's got a vehicle, right? He's now got a vehicle, right? He did say he had a vehicle.
Yeah, he said he got one now.
Okay, he's got a vehicle. So he gets a job. He's got a vehicle. He can take Tara to work if she needs a vehicle. Now you have 2 cars. Would you take in a roommate?
Depends. I would most likely go with a male over a female because I've had issues with a female roommate in the past.
Well, Adam seemed like a dude, so good to go.
Well, he was a dude. He didn't seem like a dude. I'm thinking, guys, after talking to that guy, I think he was a dude.
Dude,
what the hell?
But no, he's got some survival skills too to help y'all out. You know, y'all combine forces.
What'd you say? After talking with that guy, he sounds like a dude.
Yeah.
Well, I was a military wife for 9 years. I've got my own survival skills. So
look at that. That might be the power pack right there.
God, if we put her and Adam together, could you imagine the booby traps in that yard? Like nobody would come near it. It'd be like claymore mines everywhere and freaking deadfalls.
You'd be sleeping there here. Boom! Be like, we got a coyote.
And Tara and Adam.
But think about this. Like for just 1 year, I mean, just think how smart this would be. For 1 year, you're splitting $1,000. So now you've shaved off $500. Your child support payments are going to stop soon, right?
Yes.
So now you're going to save $400. So now you've just saved $900. You both, let's say, where one of you wins this, you decide to split it, okay, to go towards the rent. So now you're paying rent, for a month. You got it taken care of. So now you've saved $900. I mean, that's putting you ahead in a big way. And now you can start even saving money, even if it's $20 a month.
Oh, yes. And I just can't wait until she gets she's in her senior year. And so once that ends, I'll be able to start putting at least half of that straight out of my paycheck into savings.
All right,
are y'all still on good terms, you and your daughter? Do y'all talk to each other and
I have not talked to her since June of 2020 because of my ex-husband.
Damn.
That sucks. All right, let me ask you this, Tara. As a finalist for Livin Rent Free, again, thanks to Inspect All Pest Services, how would this change your world if you got the month of December's rent paid for by the BS?
Well, one, I would feel safe driving to work because I'd be able to get 2 tires. And especially, like I said, when it rains, it's like I'm driving on ice because I don't have much tread left, if any, on my front 2 tires. And then I'd be able to get a little something special for my daughter, Lorelai. And I have not, these last few years, have not been able to afford anything for her. So I'm really behind and not a good mom in that aspect because I haven't been able to get her Christmas or birthday, which is in a few days. So it would just really help me to be able to take a breath and not stress.
And
I'm on,
you can eat,
and eat too. Eat more
plus.
than just yogurt and granola for breakfast and tuna and cheese for lunch, and half the time I don't eat dinner.
Yeah.
So
That's huge. People take things like this for granted. I mean, like everybody's got daily problems, but you hear stories like yours and you hear stories like Adam's and like anybody that's got just a few dollars saved in the bank account and they're like, oh, it's not going to, at least you have that. I mean, listening to Tara's story and Adam's story, I mean, people are in a bad way right now. And, it's not good. So,
and because of the lack of money, my ex-husband is actually in contempt. I was supposed to have been having a relationship with her over the last 4 years, but I don't have a lawyer or able to take that on because he lives down in Florida and he is in contempt of court.
He didn't you said he made more than you, so did he not have to pay alimony or anything to you?
No. He actually made sure that we divorced before the 10-year mark because he was in the Army, so I do not get any of his benefits. He wanted to make sure of that, so I get nothing at all.
Wow, that's tough.
You get Manny on this.
Have you dated anybody since you got divorced?
A couple of guys, but I'm quick to let them go because I don't want to deal with drama.
Do you like younger guys?
I like anybody who's got a decent head on their shoulders.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking about Brandon.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's out.
Look, if I'm in your situation, all right, if I were in your situation or Adam's situation, we asked him about his dating life too. Yeah. Like this dude that we talked to, he's living off squirrels. He's killing squirrels. That's crazy, and if I'm you, a very beautiful young lady, right?
Thank you.
I'm just getting a free meal. I mean, just like take me out to.
Are you trying to hook her up with Adam?
No, I'm saying if I were a woman in Tara's situation, I don't have to put out, but occasionally I might just because I've got needs too. But if they want to take me out to dinner and I get me some free Applebee's, some free chicken nuggets.
You're trying to get her just a date for free food.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot easier than Adam.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's easier for a chick. That's what I'm saying.
No, these guys out here are crazy. I have gotten so many unsolicited dick pics that it's ridiculous. And they do not take you to dinner. So I don't know who is getting taken to dinner. It's like drinks and then, hey, I've got a car out back. You want to go hang out in there?
Wow.
And
well, why don't you post something on a dating app that says I'm strictly in it for a dinner conversation?
Well, I have, while talking to potential, like, hey, I'd like to go and grab a quick bite or something. And yeah, it goes downhill fast.
You need to get on Christian Mingle and not Tinder. Sounds like you're on Tinder.
No, I'm on Bumble.
Oh, yeah. You need to get I agree with Chuck. You need to get the Christians are a little bit more probably.
Or the farmers, or the farmers only. You find you good farmers, they got food right there.
I did grow up in Central Illinois, so I know the farming lifestyle very well. So
what about BLM?
BLM, what?
Black Love Matters.
I think I'm the wrong skin color.
You didn't have enough pigment, yeah.
So wait a minute. And Jason and Tara, this is really weird because I just thought of it. Are you stuck in? Do you want to stay in the place you're at now, or would you be open to? And then before you say no, do you guys remember? Do you remember Neil?
Yeah, Hooker Neil.
Yeah, the guy.
Don't call him Hooker Neil right now. We're gonna leave that out of it.
Sorry.
So Hooker. God, yeah. So Neil, he lives in Lawrenceville, all alone in a beautiful home. He's an engineer, and he straight said, he's like, dude, I don't want to date any of these women. Like, I just want to hang out, and he wants to do his thing in Nicaragua, whatever he's doing. But would you be open to because Neil would totally want you to move in and be his roommate.
And talk to.
What'd you say? He's a what?
You want someone to talk to, right?
That's all he wants. He just wants a girl to. I think he wants that normal relationship that people have that are married or in a relationship where you can just you have a woman around. I got a sounding board.
I got to tell you, I've met this Neil, Tara. You
I did too.
Okay, you two would actually, I
Yeah.
mean, even if you're not romantically involved, I think you guys would connect.
Oh yeah.
I have a
Totally.
picture. I have a picture with him from PMP3.
You're the one who
Hey.
called him Hooker Neil. You're the one who called him
Yeah.
Hooker Neil.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chuck, send me his number. Send me his number.
All right. All
Oh,
right.
let's call him again. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, this will be good this time.
This
Last time we
will-
were accusing him of being a hooker.
He said this will be good this time.
Dude,
Oh,
he's probably about to be super excited. He probably thinks we're yanking his leg.
Oh,
Like it's gonna be
no.
like me that shows up to live with him.
And
Like, this is not part of the deal, Chuck.
There you go. You got it. Yeah. I mean, I just was thinking about it. I'm like, because I've known Neil for a long time, and he's had some smoke shows for girlfriends, but they never spoke English, and they were always from like another South American country. And I'm like, how did you? And he's like, yeah, man, she just loves me, man. And then a week later, she found another dude and broke his heart. So he's out of that game. Like he is just trying to live his life and have a good time. And man, you guys.
Oh no!
Do I need to
it's
call
ringing.
him?
Oh gosh.
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll see.
Text him and tell him to pick up. He might not pick up. Oh, hold on.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
What up?
you're live on a recording. How you doing, Neil?
Live on a recording, okay?
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Good. We've got
Good.
questions for you. Do you got a minute or two?
I really don't. I'm helping my son with his math homework.
Okay, good. So this is only going to take
Sorry.
a few. No, you're fine.
Or make it quick, okay?
No. We're going to take a little while here, so just hang with us. So we got something very important, okay? We're being told that you live in a very big house and that you're looking for somebody to talk to. You're lonely. Would you be interested in having a roommate? Now, full disclosure, it's a woman. She is attractive. She's very sweet. But she's cool with you going to Nicaragua and getting your hookers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Would
You met her. You met her too.
Let me in.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Shut
sorry.
up.
All right, I'm gonna go pee then.
Oh, no, don't leave because Buddy gets mad when you're not in the frame.
Oh, I gotta pee, damn it.
All right, so Neil, what do you think so
Tell me.
far? I mean, you interested?
I don't know. I have to think over this one.
Okay, but you are open to the idea.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm pretty comfortable with where I am right now.
Okay, that's not what I'm being told. I'm not going to say who told me. His name rhymes with fuck. Okay, and this person said that you are lonely and you would love companionship. You got a giant house and you're an engineer and you engineer stuff and you do your thing, but you like when you walk around, you got nobody to talk to. You're a little lonely, and we just thought we could help you, and we found the perfect solution. We've already kind of committed, so no stress, no pressure.
You've already committed me, huh?
Yeah, and this person obviously will help out with things and around the house and some bills and all kinds of. But you would also be doing this person a solid. They're kind of in a situation where they need a little help right now. So you would be.
Yeah, that's a little scary, man. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, because anytime you take in somebody else into a place, you don't know them, and then but kind of gets to the legal stuff. You know what I mean?
Contraire, mon frere, you do know this person.
I do know this person.
You've spent time with this person, and you like this person.
I feel like I'm getting trapped here, guys. What's we doing?
No, you're not being trapped. You're being an angel when you say yes. That's the thing. Now, you don't have to say,
I'm not.
okay, you don't have to say yes right now, but Chuck's going to talk to you more about this. Okay.
Okay.
And here's what I'm going to do without saying the name of the person. I'm just going to have her say, "Hi, Neil." Go ahead.
Hi, Neil.
Neil.
He probably doesn't remember my voice.
Oh, but we're not talking about remember. Neil, do you have any questions for the show?
I don't remember the voice, but sorry.
Ask a question. You get 3 questions, then we'll let you go.
What's your name?
No. You can't ask that.
That's outside the question.
Yeah. Ask generic questions. We'll figure this out later on who she is, but just ask questions that you would ask somebody that would possibly move in with you.
Oh, what? Have you got references?
Us.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 of us right here.
Three right here.
Okay. Let's see here.
You're quick, Neil. Got to tell you. You're a quick one. Witty guy.
I don't know, man. You put me on the spot here.
Are you clean? How about that? That's a good question.
What time do you use the shower?
Yeah, no drugs, right?
Yeah,
that
no
kinda
drugs. Absolutely none. I can't.
Okay, there you go. Pets, cleanliness, hygiene, work,
Yep.
No pets.
criminal records. How about
No
that?
pets.
No
No
pets.
pets.
No pets. No pets.
Because I have a pet. I got a
But I
dog.
do dog sitting. I love dogs.
Boom. Didn't see that one coming, did you, old Neil boy?
Neil, do you have an extra room in your house, like a bedroom that's vacant right now?
I do.
Loaded question.
It's kind of messy though.
Not a problem. We can clean it. Well, Brandon.
I'll be up there tomorrow, Neil.
Oh, I know who it is.
No, I'm not moving in.
No, it's not Brandon. It's the female on the show. Neil, do you have?
I know it's Brandy, right? Yeah.
It's who?
No,
No,
Brandy.
You said Brandy.
Brandon for the radio station? No.
Said Brandon.
Oh, no, it's not Brandon. So one last question, and then we'll let you go.
Okay.
Go ahead. You, not me.
One last question for me.
Yeah.
Let's see. No drugs. You're clean. No crazy exes.
No.
Okay.
You ask questions oddly, like, do you have any crazy exes? You are more of a, what is 500, please, Alex? You know, the kind of guy.
Jeopardy style.
Jeopardy style, right? Okay, so Neil, we're gonna pick this up at a later date. Go back with your
All right.
kid. We kind of got shocked you a little bit here, but we'll get back to you. I want you to kick it around right now. 1 out of 10, 10 being a definite yes, 1 being a hell no. Where are we at on this? 8. Great. 3. Why so?
Yeah, that's close to 1. That's good. That's a hell yes.
No, 1 is a no.
1's no, you moron.
1's the best. You want to be number 1.
No, the scale of 1 to 10 works, dummy. Okay, so why 3? What is your hesitation?
I want to know how we got a 3.
Just I'm not into the whole. I don't know the whole situation. I had to do full evaluation of everything first.
Okay, but you're saying you give it a chance. That's what you're saying.
I think I would. I'd find out more information about it. I don't.
Of course. Okay.
I don't just agree to anything of it.
Okay, great. Okay, so there is a chance. We'll take it. So we're more like a 3.5, which is good.
Yeah.
So here's what I would like you to do. Over the next week, I want you to write out a list of questions. We will have this young lady back on without you knowing who she is. Nobody give it away in that time frame. And then we'll do the same thing, and we'll do a stealth interview like this, and then we'll go from here. I will tell you though, again, I gotta reiterate this. You do know this person. You do like this person. So I keep that in mind when you go through these questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, Neil.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.
There we go.
I was going to ask him. I don't know if he's going to Podcast and Pours 4. And that would have been a kicker right there.
Yeah. I try not to ask questions that I don't know the answer to. So for me to ask him that and he says no is not a good sell for Podcast and Pours 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll find out.
All
I'm
right.
sure he's going to be texting me here in a second.
All right, Sarah, we got away from you with that. And I apologize.
We're hopeful though.
But how easy would that be to move out of your place?
Not too hard. I mean, my lease is up in July, so
Okay.
I don't have that much left of it, but
it's just, like I'm glad that we're doing this promotion, but I forgot, because it's been a minute since I've done something like this, like through radio, we used to do things like this quite often, not nowhere near as much money as this, to be honest with you. Radio just didn't have it. It's crazy that a podcast has it and radio doesn't. But I forgot the feeling that I'm feeling right now, of I want everyone to win. Like it breaks it. You're such a sweet woman and you've been a supporter of mine for so long. And I'm just now finding out all this stuff. Yeah. And it breaks my heart. I wish that I would have known this years ago and I could have helped you. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty good at hiding a lot of things, and what set a lot of this emotion with my daughter was that I made a mistake, and I've been for the last 4 years, recovering from it, making sure my depression and my meds are all good. But, of course, my ex-husband uses that against me. And it's taken a lot of years to get to a decent place from that relationship. And actually, I haven't texted him in about 2 years because I know he's not going to answer.
We can
And
call him.
I have no idea what's going on with my daughter. I have no idea if she's going to college, no idea what she is into, what she looks like, nothing.
Wow. What she
Should
looks
call this
like?
guy.
You don't even know what she looks like?
Not anymore. I don't know what she's changed. I had her for the first 13 years, but he used that time that I had the mistake. He knew I couldn't hire 2 lawyers, and
Mistake. What mistake? What did I miss?
I got arrested
For?
doing something completely stupid, and my mental health was a lot to play into it.
What'd you do? It's
Well,
I mean, like, you're just leading me there.
well, he said I backed up and hit him with the car and hit and run, but I was going so slow he could easily moved out of the way.
Uh-huh.
And I had parked in a handicap spot to actually send a text message. And he told me to move, and I was not nice to him. And so it kind of ensued from there.
I ran over with my exes too, but it was their fault, right?
Oh, no, this was a police officer.
Oh.
What do you mean? Okay, so you're in the car in a handicapped spot. Your ex-husband is yelling at you.
No.
Cop.
The police officer was yelling at me because I was kind of angled, and he knew I wasn't parked. And
you hit the cop with your car?
I don't think I did.
Oh God. Oh man.
Because he hit my car as I was driving away. But
Or were you hitting him as you were driving away?
No.
Kaboom, kaboom.
He hit my car. Damn it. He done got up underneath my wheels.
Did you go to jail? Did you go to jail for this?
10 days.
What, assaulting an officer, I guess?
Yeah.
10 days for that? Oh my God.
Well, that was when I was finally given bond and I was kind of able to reconnect with my mom for a short time and was able to get some help to get out because my bond was $30,000.
Ooh.
Tara, I'm sorry. That story is nothing to be ashamed of. Like, that is a cool story.
That's crazy. Bastard.
Well,
what jail was it? What police department?
Rockdale.
What jail do you go to? Rockdale jail?
Rockdale County.
That sounds good.
Was your bond $30,000 or $3,000?
30.
So it was actually $300,000.
No, my bond was 30, and whatever the 10% of the 30 would be.
3.
That would be 3. Yes.
Would be 3, but
Yeah.
they gave me a $30,000 bond, and I get off probation in 2031.
Oh, you're still on probation.
Damn.
When did this happen?
2020.
Oh, so this is what happened. So he used that against you. You're crazy, running over cops, can't take care of your daughter.
She was with him for the summer, and he was acting very nice about it during the time, and that was a red flag, should have seen it. And yeah, he took that, and he knew I couldn't afford legal counsel to kind of help with how things went, and I was just so tired of the yelling, the back and forth, and the crap from him. And so I agreed to some things I probably shouldn't have in the mediation. So
I don't think I've ever met a sweeter felon.
Are you a felon?
It's sealed, so I can actually select no.
The
But
court did something different, but that is a felony assaulting an officer. So I guess the court did something where they're what was the decision?
As long as I finish out everything without being rearrested, it'll just be gone off my record. But it'll show that I was arrested.
So you don't run over any more cops.
Won't be there.
So how did that? Well, I guess you answered that. I was going to say, how did that change your life? But that instant right there gave him all the ammunition for everything that followed afterwards, which there's dollar signs attached to that.
Yep.
Just because of a few seconds in a parking lot in your car.
And I made a mistake of my mental state and everything, that how he approached me and how it was happening. I just was very rude and cursing at him and not happy with the situation. And I just overreacted with it all. But now meds are good. I've got a therapist who I love, and everything is so much better now. But it just, make sure you pay attention to your mental health.
And don't run over officers.
I don't think I ran over him.
You're gonna run over him good. Make sure you don't get back up.
Tara, so you got charged with hit and run. So you ran
parking in a handicap, parking in a
illegal parking
or something like that, because I had my license taken for like.
But you departed the scene. Did the cops chase you in like a high-speed chase?
No, but they did swoop in right at the end of the shopping plaza and blocked me from going any further.
Did you get pulled out of the car and on your face and all that stuff?
No, not on the ground, but I did have to tell them that I had a firearm in my car.
Wow. What? So did you try
I ran him over. I was about to shoot him.
Did you try to leave the scene even after they told you not to?
No, he told me to leave. He said, you need to get out of this spot. You need to leave. Oh. And so I was leaving, and I was just backing up like 5 mile an hour, 2 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And hit him.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for Tara, and then we'll let her go.
But yeah.
Damn cops.
No, man. Tara, I got everything I need. Good job.
Brandon, you good?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was trying to think of something. No, I think I'm good. Yeah, that's good. Right.
It's been a crazy last 4 years, but I have, except for money, I have it's been an eye-awakening experience.
I got one last question. Who do you want to win the national championship college football?
University of Illinois, but I know they won't.
Okay, I can live with that answer.
Great question. All right, Tara, thank you. We will find a winner at the end of this week. Thank you for sharing that story.
Yes.
God bless you. We love you. You know that.
I love you guys too.
And thank you for the support, and congratulations on making it this far. Okay, we'll talk soon.
Yes. Okay.
All right. See you later.
Hey, Tara.
Bye.
Bye. All right, we'll see.
Damn, man. We got people eating squirrels and people running cops over. Crazy.
That's crazy.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, when this thing airs, I hope that Tara, no matter what happens, she gets some tires out of this.
I was thinking about texting her, like, what kind of car you got?
But yeah, I mean, that's not even, what is that, $200? I mean,
yeah, for a car. Yeah.
Man, I might have to take her a donut tomorrow or something.
Well, she's on the BS2 Peers Facebook page. So again, so from experience, when doing things like this, not everyone can win, obviously, but when you have a great group, a community like this show does, people want to help. So no matter who wins this, like with Adam, he could find a job, mold, paint, what he was looking for. He might not win the contest. I don't know, but he could get a job out of it. That's winning, right? Tara, okay, she might not win the contest, but she could get tires out of it. That would go so far. I mean, that's
or she might live with Neil.
Or she might live with Neil. So
that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
that's, what I've learned over the years by doing things like this. Not everybody wins the contest, but they can win in other ways because people will come to their aid, especially it's the month of December. You want to give and you want to do things. So I love my audience. I appreciate and don't take them for granted. Anytime I've asked them to do something for me over the years, especially when I started this podcast, the two peers were there. California didn't work out. Some of you guys love to say, I told you so. I knew it. That was fine. Great.
Yeah.
But you still supported the podcast. I remember that first week of subscriptions, just, I don't take that stuff for granted. I mean, this is my life. This has always been my life. This will always be my life. So like, I know the power of radio and the microphone. So hopefully somebody will come through for Tara. Somebody will hopefully come through for Adam. And then who knows what Thursday's episode's going to bring. I didn't see these stories from a mile away because they weren't in the email. I didn't see the squirrel killing in the backyard. I didn't see the running over cops. I didn't see that at all. So I don't know what Thursday's story's going to bring, to be honest.
I'm going to talk to Neil and see if we can just move everybody into his house. Like all the final three all live with Neil. That would just fix everything.
Yeah. Then Neil picks who can live there with him.
Yeah. Yeah. They all live with him. They all live with him for 1 month. And then he has to eliminate someone every few weeks, like Big Brother.
Yeah.
Did you hear how happy he was though when he thought we said it was Brandy?
Yeah, he's like, oh, Brandy? Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, bring her in right now. Bring her over right now.
It was weird. I was like, where did that come from?
We said Brandon. I think it might have cut off anytime he said Brandy.
Oh, okay.
Well,
we'll have,
bring her on over.
We'll have another, the last finalists on tomorrow, depending on when you're listening to this, but Thursday's episode would be episode 286. And then we'll do a special episode that'll air on Friday with the winner. We'll announce that. We'll announce that on social media and all that good stuff. And again, thanks to Nick and the crew at Inspect All Pest Services, inspectallservices.com. Couldn't have done it without you. This was a cool promotion. Really, 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 really cool. And that's how you do this kind of stuff. This is the year anniversary, speaking of California, that I did something and experienced something that I never experienced before in my career, and nor will I believe ever experience. And that is, I put on a successful charity event and got in trouble for it. I'd never in a million years was not on my bingo card. Never thought that could even possibly happen. The station that I was at in California, poorly run in all departments, including leadership, but definitely the promotions department. And they weren't getting us out. And we were only a couple months into morning drive. And I was like, dude, we've got to get out in front of people. There's, because Sacramento is very much like Orlando. Atlanta is a lot more difficult because there's so many people there. But Sacramento is a lot like Orlando, where there's just over 1 million people. You can get in front easily of individuals so they can see you. And that's how you connect with an audience. I was talking about that before at Church Street. That's how you connect with an audience. Once somebody meets you and they like you, just like a business, they're going to continue to go there, right? Because they like you. They want their trees cut down. They meet Chuck. They hear him on the show. They go out to a gig of Distinct Grace. They fall in love with Chuck. They're like, I'm not going anywhere else. They see Brandon. They want backflow done or a fence done. Maybe it's from the show, from the radio show, or they just meet him because he's a nice guy. They're going to go to you, even if you charge more than somebody else, because they like you. I know I will pay more to somebody if I can trust them and if I like them. So that's how radio works. That's how TV works. That's how anything works, right? So you meet a rock star. They're nice to you. They do use, you're always going to be a fan of their music. So I kept telling them, we need to get out. We need to get out. They just never fucking got us out. Drove me insane. And so it got to the point where, in radio, if you're a morning show and you're not doing something charity-esque around Christmas, you're not a real morning show because you have the power to help people. So I just happened to find out about this charity organization called Lost But Not Forgotten. And it was started by the mother of the son who died in the plane crash with Travis Barker of Blink-182. he was best friends with Travis leading up to that. He was the only one that died with DJ AM. He was on that plane. And she
Travis Barker, he's not dead, is he?
No, I just said.
Oh, okay.
He was the only one that died.
Okay.
He was the only one.
Okay.
He was the only one that died on the plane. And she had just lost her other child a month prior. So she, some like 13 years ago, started this charity, Lost But Not Forgotten, for really older kids, during Christmas. But it was a cool story. It was introduced to me. I wasn't familiar with any other charities out there. I needed something local and hands-on. She's a wonderful woman, and her husband's wonderful. So I was like, let me help you during Christmas. She was like, oh my God, thank you. I put together this event, and I did it the right way. I went through protocol. I wrote the one sheet. I sent it to sales, and I waited, and I got no response. So I went to my dickhead, fat vest-wearing asshole boss, and I said, look, fat man. I said, dude, I'm going to do this one way or another. And he goes, do it. You need to get out. He greenlit it. Okay. Not like I needed his permission, but so we got the engineering department, which was top notch. Went to them. I said, hey, look, I need your help. I'm not getting any support. They're like, we got your back. We'll do whatever you want. I had a great relationship with engineering. Like, cool. So now it's forced upon the promotions girl. I find the place, this cool little coffee shop, downtown Roseville, California. And then I reached out to the sponsors of the show, told them about it. And I was like, just bring out toys. Just bring out toys. I reached out to my connections. I got a big green egg to give away. I got all these, I got the guys from Shinedown to sign something to give away. We raffled it off and all kinds of stuff. I didn't know what to expect. This was a do or die event. New to the market, less than a year, only a couple months into morning drive. I was hoping for a few people to show up. We had people waiting for us 30 minutes before the doors opened. I was blown away. 30 minutes. So for the next 4.5, 5 hours, it was nonstop listeners stopping by. The promotions department, this is how much faith this chick had. She wrapped a box with Christmas paper, just a box, thinking that's how much we were going to collect. We ended up collecting 7 truckloads of stuff for the charity. Okay.
Damn.
No one from the radio station showed up except for fat guy vest wearing dude. And he brings one of the sales guys out, and he tells me I had to force him. I had to bring him out. They were mad at me for some reason. I have no idea why. Like, I gave them the information. I said, here, you can sell it. Find me a location. Like, do whatever you want to do. No one ever responded to any one of my emails. Not even to say that they got it, to say that they were working on it. Okay. So I'm on cloud 9 because we had this successful event. I've never seen anything like it. Look, I've done good events. I've done great events. I've done okay events, and I've done horrible events. I've been at bars where it's been promoted for 2 weeks and not one person show up, where I actually said, hey, let me give you your talent feedback. I'm sorry. I've done them all. I've never seen anything like this. The success of that event for a show that new to the market was incredible. Okay. I'm not pounding my chest. It's the show. It's not just me. I had a team. And so I'm on cloud 9. And I'm like, this says a lot about where the show is going, right? I mean, this is positive. So the next,
yeah, you gotta have that the STD box in the front lobby though. That really sets it off.
With
Santa Toy Drive, they got a little confusion with the monogram, but it all worked out good.
So the next week, I come into work, and I was a little pissed that no one showed up to support it. And I'm starting to get these weird vibes. And finally, the dickhead fat vest guy, he tells me, he goes, you should have done that. I said, should have done what? You shouldn't have done the event. It wasn't a team effort. It was like you being on an island. That's what they always say to morning shows. And it was prepping for my firing. And I said, I did everything through protocol. You're the one that said move forward. He quickly forgot that. And nobody supported it. And it was successful. Who cares about then? Let's talk about today and what's moving forward. It was successful. Let's turn it into something bigger next year. He just wanted to focus on the negatives. And I'm like, dude, that's not how you do this. Just forget about whatever and move forward, because everybody's all pissed off because it was successful. They wanted it to fail. I was told that. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? So there was more to why they were pissed off, is because that week there was a cluster, meaning all the radio stations, Christmas drive event for another charity. And they sold it to this shitty chicken restaurant that was like in the hood, downtown Sacramento. It was surrounded by homeless camps. And it was at a chicken restaurant. Now, they sold this, so they made some money, not much. They made some money, and they asked for all the talent from all the radio stations. So, of course, I go there to support. And that week, I supported the event. I talked about it every show numerous times, like I'm supposed to. I go out there. Now, remember, they've got every radio station. So they've got the power of all the radio stations, and they've got all the talent out there. 4 fucking people showed up. 4.
Damn.
4 people. And they were mad at me because I had the most successful, and I know how to do radio, Christmas event. Never seen anything like it before. And then I would get scolded afterwards. It would be brought up numerous times of, yeah, you just do your own thing. You just, they wanted to wait. Let's wait. We got to wait to see numbers. We got to wait to see this. We got to wait to do this. We got to wait. No, you keep punching until that motherfucker falls. That's how you do radio. You just keep trying. You put yourself out there. Big risk, big reward. None of them knew how to do radio. None of them. 0. That's why none of them are there, except for Fat Vest Guy. I don't know how he's there. He beats women. I just don't understand it. But this is the year anniversary. Now, after this year, I'll forget about it. But this.
Oh, okay. I was about, what was the, I thought they were doing another Christmas thing out there, and you were pissed off about it. But it's been 1 year now. Oh, I got it now.
Yeah, no. It's just the 1 year anniversary. Something reminded me of it the other day, but I have to tell that story. Like, it'll probably be the last time I tell that story. But I've never, just in general, I've never been scolded, reprimanded for doing something not just okay. It was great, and it was charitable. Like, I didn't make any money off of it, and I put the whole thing together. Here's another thing. So when we were doing the broadcast, Brandon, you're familiar with how we do the live broadcast, how I work, how I tick, and all that stuff. It's Radio 101. Listener shows up, you put them on a microphone, ask them who they are, what they bring, what do they do, how's their life, and you move on. So we're doing this for 4 hours. Every segment, we had listeners to talk to. When the show was over, the engineer on site, this guy, Jonathan, great dude. And he's been in the market for a few years. He pulls me aside and he goes, man, you're crazy. I said, what? He goes, I've never seen anything like this. I said, like what? And he says, you just put people on the air and talk to them. I said, is that not normal here? He goes, like, you didn't even screen them. Like, you didn't even know who they are. You didn't know what they were going to say, but you talked to them like you knew them. And it was just a normal, I've never been around a show that's done that before. Like, where the fuck am I? Like, I can't believe this actually exists. Where did I land? This is an alien world of radio. I've never seen anything like it. Take me back to the normalcy of normal radio. Because you come over here, whether it's in Atlanta or Orlando, the story I'm telling right now, they're going, yeah, that's normal. That's what we do. That's just how it is. The guy actually pulled me aside, like in confidence. He's like, man, I can't believe you did that. You just talk to anybody. Like, you just put them on the air. I'll never forget that conversation till the day I die. I was like, I wish my friends could hear you right now. They would just be blown away from me right now. This is the nuttiest thing ever. So this is the 1 year anniversary of that. Never forget that. Just another story, the story in the radio saga, that hopefully I'll never experience again.
Do you know of any other anniversaries that are today?
I'm guessing you're setting me up for something, probably your wedding anniversary or something like that.
No, but it kind of hurts that you don't know.
Distinct Grace first started on this day.
Shut up. Today is my 100th episode on the show.
You've been on that long?
You've been keeping count?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I was looking, I was like, dude, I went back to see when we started. It's been 9 months. So I was looking at how many episodes, and of course I missed a few. And I was like, man, I said, what?
Nothing.
Shut up. Anyway, yeah. So today's 100th.
Damn.
And Brandon, if my math's correct, I think you're since the reboot has happened, you're at like 92.
What? I started right when you did when we did the reboot.
You've missed a lot.
You missed just as many as I have, you bastard.
Not in the beginning. Not in the beginning.
I was here on
dude.
The
my
OG,
first 6 months
okay?
was,
Don't
my
you yell
first
at me.
No, shut up. You're a rookie. You got less episodes than I do under this in this
I got
show.
like 3,000.
Those don't count.
3,000.
Like it never happened, dude. They've been wiped away.
1,000.
Hold on.
I have more seniority on this show than you do.
Yeah, right.
It's true. It's true. Technically, if this was a business, I would be the vice president and you'd be like the treasurer or secretary.
Dude, if you were the vice president, we would have been ran into the ground 6 months ago.
All right,
what are you talking about?
Both of you, shut up. One, this is a business. And damn, I forgot the second thing. Let's just stick with one. It is a business. Two, how do you feel about that, Brandon? He just called you a scrub, a neophyte.
No, he's third in the pecking order.
It's how it's been ever since I got into radio, man. They doubt me. Y'all doubted me when I was at the radio station, and look what I've done. You know, I'm number one on Instagram, number one on not YouTube yet, but we're putting up numbers. Okay, you know, y'all doubted me. I came in as intern Brandon. And that's what kept me at the bottom. But that fueled my motivation and to continue and everything. But Jason gave me a chance, and I got to finish my rant here.
Okay,
he put me on a pedestal up there. You know, he helped me out. He created the Clueless too. You know, he got us going. But then we got thrown to the curb. So I've been thrown to the curb and put in the trash many a times, Chuck. And I know how to bounce back from it. So you want to put me in the trash? You want to put me on the curb? I'll bounce back from it, Chuck. And I'll show you what I can do. Bitch, you stay down. You don't hold me down. You don't hold me down.
Listen, brother. And I'm being serious.
Listen, brother.
There's 3 people, right? And if we have a pecking order on who has the most seniority, you have Jason. It's his show.
How are you going off seniority? That's the worst thing you should go. You should do what you do for the show.
I'm just saying that would put you at number 3 and me at number 2 based on age and wisdom. I'm kind of your boss.
I don't think that's how seniority goes. I think it goes the longest you've been here. I've been here for 284 episodes, or what the fuck we're at.
We reboot, change, different show, new cast. Technically, I'm your boss.
Well, actually,
I don't think so. I was at the radio station too, motherfucker.
It doesn't matter. I'm still your boss.
Technically, I'm the boss, and I would then pick who's in second and third.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my decision to do that.
And that's why I trust you as the leader.
Correct. And you should.
Chuck needs his ego stroke like someone we worked with before.
Hey, Brandon, I never said he's second. I just said it's.
No, I know. I know what he wants, though.
You're not. Don't get mad. What I'm saying is, though, because I'm a good leader, Brandon, I know you're at 92.
What do you lead here?
In 8 episodes, I'm going to have something special for you because I want to celebrate your 100th episode. So I got you, man. Because I'm a good leader, dude. I got you. I keep track of these things.
I think it's important if you guys want me to, which it seems like I'm going to have to, I would have to name a number 2 and a number 3.
I don't care about it. Chuck's the one that's worried about it.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's like Dwight from The Office. What's my title? You are the assistant to the vice president of the Southern region or something.
I'm doing this for Chuck, Brandon. Well, you got to be here though.
See, he walks away. He's not even committed. He's not even committed to this.
I had to plug my vape up. I need my nicotine device charged. So I can go on charge against you, Chuck. Look, you know what? I'm waiting for you to walk off right now because I know you're like, go stay till 9:30.
Well, because we're talking about promotions,
yeah,
I'll stick around for a few minutes.
So I would
abandon your kids.
I would have to check off some boxes for the number 2 guy, right? Work ethic, right, Chuck? And that's obvious choice of who?
Me, obviously.
Sure. 3, who's been here through thick and thin every episode?
Me.
What?
Chuck, every episode, he says. Okay. Who, this is a big one. Who's out there promoting the show? Loving promote. I mean, like saying, even purchasing the subscription to be all in and telling people to do that.
Neither one of us.
Hey, when I share it, you can scroll through them videos now. You see when I promote the BS, they jump up there.
Have you ever done a meet and greet? I did a meet and greet.
I've done meet and greets. I've done fucking 3 podcasts and Pours 3s.
Those don't count. Those were before the
the
revamp.
What?
When did you do a meet and greet? What are you talking about?
Who, me?
Yeah, what are you talking
about? I met up with Josh and his wife at Jelly Roll.
Not a meet and greet.
Yeah, it is. They wanted to say hi, so I went.
That's you happen to be somewhere with people that know who you are. That's not a meet and greet.
It is the definition of a meet and greet. They wanted
a
to
meet and greet is where you sit down.
Me.
But it's got to be multiple people from different creeds.
No, it doesn't. There was
not
2
from
people.
The same family.
No, but it's still 2 people, and I met them, and we greeted.
Dude, I do a meet and greet every day when I see people to talk to about irrigation. We're doing meet and greets all the time.
I did it for the show as a show member, and that's different. So I have him on that.
Let me sleep on it, and I'll get back to you guys and give you guys titles.
I don't care either way. Chuck's the one that needs a title over here.
I understand, but for Chuck, he's very adamant about this.
Put me back down to intern Brandon. I don't give a fuck.
I would not
put Chuck at goddamn. Put him at market manager or whatever the fuck he wants to be.
No,
called.
I want to be an operations manager.
Yeah, some bullshit title. Give him that. Make him happy.
I will.
He don't even know what operations go on here at the podcast.
I will, in shows to come, give Chuck a title. There's no doubt about that.
It better be professional. I want a good one. I want one that can go on a business card.
All right. Well, don't threaten me and don't tell me what.
Hey, I'm just telling you, man. I'm going to the man, and you're the man. I need a good title. Nothing stupid. I need a serious one.
I will give you a title based off of your extensive experience, your extremely well-versed marketing skills, your passion for this show, and a couple other things. I mean, I'm keeping them all in mind to come up with.
You seem like you got your finger on the pulse, my friend.
I do. My finger is right there in the starfish. It's got it.
That's not where the pulse is at, but I like it.
Chuck's fingers in his ass because he's fucking himself thinking he's second on here.
See, that's the kind of disrespectful things that are going to get you fired. Okay, watch it. As soon as I get a title, you're gone. Dude, I don't mean Jason's going to be like title. Jason's going to be like, oh, my first order of business, Chuck's title is operations security manager, and Jason or Brandon, you're an intern. And I'll be like, okay, well, we need to fire the intern. So
this is the problem. He's the problem.
I don't know why I did that. I don't know why you just like touch your ear like a secret
air traffic control.
Who we fired? Brandon. Hey, we got to fire you before your 100th episode.
Yeah, good luck.
I think once you hit 100, you get like a retirement or something.
Really? Tell me more.
That's what I would make happen if I was the operations manager. See,
I have retirement with no benefits. It's called firing.
But you can say you were.
Yeah, been there, done that. If I had a nickel. All right. Look, Podcast and Pours 4. For those listening, it's a free bay episode, so you might not be a subscriber. Well, I have no idea. You should, and you can do so on thebaileyshow.com. That'd be a nice Christmas prize for me. Thank you very much. Had a lot of new subscribers last week, so that's cool. Podcast and Pours 4 is this Saturday in Orlando at Elixir. Please make it. It's Saliva. Very rare, special acoustic show. You will not have this experience ever again in your life. Bobby Amuru told me to tell you that. Okay. He told me to tell you that. Also Distinct Grace, Riley Risa, Paramore Santa, tickets to Welcome to Rockville, Metallica, BS merch, live BS recording of the podcast, doors at 4, tickets and hotel information on thebaileyshow.com. This episode is released on Wednesday. So that means Wednesday today is the last day to get those hotel rooms, because after that, the Hilton is pulling them. All right. If you are a possible sponsor for the podcast and or radio show, reach out to me, thebaileyshow.com. The radio show is a condensed version of the week shows on WJRR in Orlando, as well as Planet Radio in Jacksonville. You can be a part of that. We also have something cool that's happening next year, radio-wise, if anyone would be interested in hearing about that. Only if you would like to be a sponsor of that. So, but that's going to be a pretty big to-do deal. All right, Chuck, you got anything before we get out?
Yeah. Hey, 100 episodes. It's been a long ride. And if you guys don't hear from me again, it's because Brandon got promoted over me and he fired me. So
right. It might happen off air too. I might promote Brandon and Brandon.
They'll just never hear from me again. Magically.
Yeah. All right, Brandon, you got anything?
Yeah. 100. Got to be proud of something, right?
Also, remember, good Christmas prize, AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. A lot of you guys are getting the ozone-infused magnesium butter and all the products that we offer online. The new site is up, which is cool. We had to do a revamp. Long story, which is kind of an interesting story. But go to AliveOzoneTherapySpa.com. You can get all those products on there. Use the code HOLIDAY30 during the holidays, 30% off of those. And if you are in and around the Central Florida area and you want to come in, there's deals too. The Holiday 30 works. Also, buy one gift card, get an ozone therapy session for free. And this Sunday, the day after Podcast and Pours 4, we're doing a special opening for 2 peers. We have a handful of people that are coming in. We're opening the spot just for you. If you are interested in coming in and doing the therapies, you go to liveozonetherapyspa.com under book now. It says BS2 peers. That's you. It's like 50% off. Extremely discounted rate. And you guys can come in and do everything. All right.
Unfortunately, I won't be there. Chuck's making us leave at like 4 a.m. on Sunday.
Are you really?
I got to turn the tour bus in.
We're leaving at 4 a.m. on Thursday and leaving 4 a.m. on Sunday too.
Well, we're leaving at 4 a.m. on Thursday because it's a long drive.
Why don't you just stay here and fly back, Brandon? It's a cheap flight.
Oh, yeah. I got to check with my dad about flights coming from Orlando to Atlanta.
So, Southwest, it's like $100. Something like that.
I'm not flying Southwest. Do I look fucking mangy to you?
Yes, you do.
You look
Not
like
even
every
me.
person that flies Southwest. Like you would be in the commercial.
Not even I would fly Southwest.
Yeah,
disgusting.
I take you for a Spirit guy, to be honest with you, but
it's even more. That's about just as disgusting as Southwest.
Oh,
I'd rather fly Spirit than Southwest. Fuck Southwest.
No, you would not.
God
no, you would
almighty.
Not.
Terrible airline.
Southwest is the Delta to Spirit.
Oh, yeah, well.
Delta's number one. No doubt about it.
Southwest is the Spirit to Delta.
But Delta doesn't fly everywhere, unfortunately.
They do. They'll fly from Orlando to Atlanta.
Yeah, they do that. But there's a lot of flight. Like Delta does not fly direct to Las Vegas.
Well, they're just trying to help you out there. You don't need. That's a shit city.
They fly you back.
Vegas?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrible city.
It is. You don't know what goes on there, Chuck?
Yeah, I do. That's why it's awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's a pretty awesome city. All right, look, have yourself a great, safe rest of your day. Thanks for listening. Thanks for support. Again, subscribe if you don't. Podcast and Pours 4. We'll see you then. We've got some more episodes this week, obviously, and then we're going to find a winner for Livin Rent Free. Thanks for spreading. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Till next time, check out thebaileyshow.com. Make sure you like, share, follow on all socials. I leave you with these parting words.
Never got a pink slip either. You know what I would get? A guy would come around to my desk and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
What do we want to talk about?
Subscribe at thebaileyshow.com.
Yeah, baby.